actually did okay.
A lot of free time.
Yeah, a lot of free time, yeah, just spinning the wheels. But what can you tell us about it?
Probably the most useful team graphic that we're going to see whole tournament, right? For the guys back home and for us. We didn't get to see them in any of the tournaments we were working at. They didn't even make any splashes, you know, online in terms of maybe some of the qualifiers for the larger tournaments, mostly some online cups where they played at, but they are actually the CS minor champions. They did beat Belter Fire in that grand final, and you can see the lineup right there switching in the middle of it. And you know, I think the problem for that is they just are not going to have a great time here. I don't think individually they're yet on a level where they can compete with some of these teams, and just the understanding of Counter-Strike and the way they think Counter-Strike works is not probably what they're going to get here. Yeah, very hard to look past mouse spots for this one. Any thoughts about a Vanguard though, Henry?
Not in particular. I just, the only thing you can really say is there won't be a ton of information about what they like to play, how they play. I think Chris J is absolutely correct. They should just play their own game. It doesn't need to be concentrating trying to anti-strat them or changing anything up. Pound for pound, every single player on mouse sports can be better than the Avant-Garde guys. So I feel like play their game, keep it sensible, nothing too crazy. Best of one. Try and keep your economy under control. Don't have to be force buying all over the places. Keep to the guns and try and play your own game. I think that's absolutely fine.
Well, I've got a bit of bad news for them.
Not again.
Because the map pick is Mirage. Again. Mouse Sports got the pick there. It's obviously a good map for them. Vanguard, they've chosen the CT side. I guess that's sensible. Yes. Start on that CT side. Play conservatively, try and get some rounds. You're
going to see a lot of Mirage today, Reggie. There's a middle ground for a lot of teams. Yeah, every single team will see a lot of Inferno, Mirage potentially coming in. So that doesn't surprise me whatsoever. But it's going to be not a walk in the park for Mouse Sports. So definitely be cautious with this one and make sure they don't give anything away. You lose a pistol, you lose a first gun round, it can spiral out of control. Like I said, watch the economy. CT start for Avant-Garde, it doesn't really matter on Mirage too much. It's not like you got a huge advantage on the CT side. It's what you prefer. It is slightly more favoured towards the CTs, but overall, Mouse Sports still going double digits on the T side won't surprise me at all.
On the markets, Mouse Coin?
It's looking very profitable right now. It might spike after this game. So if you're looking to invest and increase your portfolio, definitely go for Mouse Coin.
What do you think?
Mouse Sports, without a doubt.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think this could be one of the more one-sided ones, but we'll wait and see. Anyway, we'll now throw you over to our casters. It's still Moses and Anders over at the Boost Mobile caster desk. Oh, my bad. Apparently, we are going to go to a break, actually. So, yep, we're going to go to a quick commercial, and then we're going to get into the game.
Smooth.
See you. Yeah, smooth. See you in a few minutes.
I can do anything.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the E-League Major. We're here at the Boost Mobile casting desk. I'm with Moses, and we're about to get into game number 2 of day number 1. It's going to be exciting. It's Mouse Sports versus Avant-Garde. How do you feel about that?
I mean, Mouse Sports is another one of those teams that's super exciting to watch right now because they have that very fun style of play, and obviously Oscar is like a player that just everyone has fun because he's dominant when he has one of those good games. It's kind of a bit of a question mark in their opponents to me. This is one of those matches where I think the majority of people, except for apparently Sadicus, is the one person who's believing in the upset here. Because he's losing his mind.
We should get him checked out, shouldn't we?
Yeah, it's time. We'll bring in the MRI machines.
There must be a mental health professional in the Atlanta area that's on call that can be brought in.
Experienced with esports commentators, just losing it.
Esports fatigue syndrome.
Regardless, I mean, this is one of those matches where it's just Mouse Sports is a huge favorite here, and Avant-Garde is going to have a really tough time. And I think this is one of those where no matter how much they're prepared, I don't think anything can really prepare them for this game. No,
I mean, you almost have to hope that in Mouse Sports' eyes, they're so far under the radar that they haven't even really sort of, taken too much into it. Like if you're Mouse Sports and you're thinking, well, we have to essentially not lose 3 games.
Yeah.
Then you're looking at sort of, all the other teams in the qualifying and saying, well, this isn't one of them. This is not going to be one of them anyway. So, we have to prepare for all the rest of them. That could be hard to play with versus. So that might be the only thing that I can think of for Avant-Garde that might be working out here.
That and you're going to have massive underperformances. We'll see how it goes, though. We are getting live into the pistol round, the second matchup here. Oh, hello.
All right.
Well, thanks, Prius/Sapphire, whichever one that is.
Maybe both. I'm gonna guess Heather. I mean that's
the color coordination suggests Heather.
Yeah. Someone should bring a pie.
That's cute.
I know, isn't it? Already there's going to be a rush onto the A-bomb site. James trying to fall back. Demasic picking up a kill on Stiko, and it's going to be returned quickly. Oscar hitting another headshot, taking down Buster, and that's going to leave it 2 versus 3. It's Quackert now alone in a 1 versus 3 with a bomb down, and he is not in a good position. He does have a smoke and a defuse kit, so if he can get 1 kill, maybe he could force the second peak and win that, but it is really much in a thin line at the moment here. He's just going to smoke off the bomb. That might be the first step in the right direction, but now he's also being wrapped on. Chris is making his way around, and he's just going to try and defuse inside the smoke with 2 seconds left. They're putting bullets through. What is happening? He gets the defuse, and then he gets knifed.
You've got to be kidding me.
That cannot be real. You said we needed Mouse Sports to mess up every once in a while for this to work out for Avant-Garde, but that was the most nonchalant way to win a round I've ever seen.
I was gonna say like Mouse Sports would have to stop using their mice. That seemed a little bit cruel, but I think they actually did that in that round.
That is unbelievable. In fact, Mouse Sports are trying to deny that it ever happened. They're just saying, listen, we're just going to buy anyway.
That's possibly the worst opening round to a major I've ever seen. It's so tough.
Either can only go up from here, Moses.
Yeah, right.
There's but one way.
We set the bar low, and you'll never be disappointed.
My God. If Sadicus ends up being right, I don't know what to do. I don't think I could live with that. I think that's too much,
Yeah, that would be a cruel fate. Well, here's Chris J tapping away with the help from Oscar, who's been brought down to 42. The Scout and the Tech 9 do the trick, so they found an opening. They can now peer into that A-bomb, so they have complete mid-control. And Chris J, he's still feeling very bold, isn't he? He's gonna be able to cut off rotations through the murder hole now as well.
Sunny being allowed quite far in, but he's going to be careful. James is on the other side. There's a bit of a crossfire setup here. Sunny now dropping a little bit in health. They are making their way in, and somehow Avant-Garde have not really figured out what's actually going on. Jane will get the refrag on Sunny. They can't easily recover that. They will just run on there, being allowed for that much. Robs goes down as well. Now it's a, 1-on-2 just like that. Stika with a deagle to take down Buster, and Quackert now 1 versus 2. 40 seconds here, and he's trying to already sneak onto the site. Stiko seems to have realized that. The shadow is going to be showing here. He's going to have the time. He misses the deagle shot, and that's the bomb down. And now it's on Chris.
That might have just sealed it. This is going to be so tough for Chris. That dink actually helps massively. Down to 26. Next shot wins, and Quaker can't land it. He had the opportunity. Flash up into the sky. Chris doing his best. Quaker's got the positioning. He's got the angle. Big win for Avant-Garde. They hold on.
This seems like absolute madness to me as well. Smoking up the bomb and just walking into... I mean, there's so many ways that could fail, but it does not. They win it, and mousesports, remember, forced into this round with everything they had. So without even a bomb plant, they're going to be very poor in this upcoming round, and this is going to give it a bit of a breathing room here for Avant-Garde. They're going to have a chance to sort of say, all right, now we're in control. If
the bomb was able to get planted there, mousesports 100% buys into this round because they know they've got the economy low, but since they couldn't manage it, just going to invest in some more pistols and just be content with the economic damage they've already done. Hard-fought rounds for Avant-Garde early on. Let's see how this works. Boosting into the window room. There's going to be the swing. Buster's got a kill. And the defense holds strong. 4 quick kills come out for them.
No problems at all here. It's a great shot for Sunny. I would actually say, because we have been talking a lot about Oscar, but Sunny has had some crazy games from mousesports as well.
I mean, he had some crazy games that caused him to be picked up by mousesports from Penza. If you think back towards the last major, he was one of the most impressive players. So his continued development will mean a lot of continued success for this mousesports organization.
Yes, I absolutely think so. And I think he's been a fabulous pickup for them already. Quite exciting. I mean, people maybe don't know this because we don't have, that many sort of, Finnish superstar players, but there is an enormous amount of sort of grassroots Counter-Strike happening in Finland these days. They're really, really building it. So if they can have just a couple of, sort of high-profile players that people can look up to, Finnish Counter-Strike could actually, I think, move really far in just a couple of years.
One more kill from Sunny would be huge. He's going to... Oh, there it is. What a reaction. Now into a 1-on-2. 30 seconds left. This is still possible. One more of those deagle shots, but he's got to start picking up the pace. But all the while, this is economic damage. This is weapons taken away. This is nades into the next round taken away. Spotted out 1, and he's going to move forward.
Deagle almost catching him with a grenade in hand. He will eventually go down, but that's so much damage. 3 kills for Sunny. So Avant-Garde, they've won 3 in a row, but just because of his contribution to this round, now they're still going to be very low on money. And mousesports, well, they've got the AWP on Oscar, and that is always going to be scary.
I think they're even going to be able to beat out Avant-Garde in utility.
Oh, you're right.
Crisson has a kit, but he's got no nades. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit difficult for the defense, and obviously losing this, mousesports has done a great job of keeping that money so low that it would be basically an economic reset. Sunny's going to get aggressive around the side of the flame. So is Dimasic. I think he knows Sunny's there. He's going to go for the pre-fire. He peeks it. Can he get away? Sticko decides not to take the fight, which could be a mistake. And Dimasic continues to fight behind the smoke, which is definitely a mistake. And now they swing out from Palace. And Crisson just had too many angles to look for once his teammate falls.
They got to think about whether or not they want to try and contest this. 3 versus 4, and Oscar's all the way behind them. So if they try and retake this, they're probably going to get sandwiched in. That is a great headshot from James, taking down Chris J. And looking for more. He does just have the scout, so difficult to try and win those fights. Oscar's now rotated all the way into the T-spawn, and the bomb is planted right in the middle of the bomb site. Smoke is going to go up onto the bomb. You've got to think that mousesports are going to be aware of anything that can happen this time. A couple of shots rain through. Quackert trying to get into position. Rob's coming out, and the defuse is happening, but this time it's not going to work out. Once is enough, Moses.
I had a little bit of deja vu coming in there. Thank God that was found out. Mousesports is going to be on the board. And here's the tough part now. You can see the economy from Avant-Garde because of all those losses they took in the ensuing in the second and third round. I don't think they're going to be able to buy up into this. So purchasing some P250s, but I mean, you could just see that fight is taken way too aggressively by Dimasic. And the fact that they're low on nades and there's not really anything, there's no Molotov in Palace as well. Once he falls at a ramp, the last remaining defender inside of the A bomb site has to worry about players coming up a ramp. He has to worry about players coming out of Palace, and that was just too difficult an angle for him to manage.
You don't ever want to be in that position. They have stacked up on the A bomb side, though, so getting themselves ready in case mousesports were going to try and overwhelm it, they would be having a pretty good man advantage there, and somehow they pick up the first kill there with the Desert Eagle. Sunny goes down. Good way to get started. Puts a bit of pressure on mousesports, and you can tell now they're going to want to group up and just hit a bomb site, which is not at all a bad idea, but they may have picked the wrong one. Could be witnessing a very slow car crash here, Moses. They're making their way towards A. Oh no, mousesports. If they lose one more player early on here, that could be it.
Yeah, this is a great read from Avant-Garde. Great rotation around. Tough spot to be in, but still huge advantage. The question is, do they want to use utility and kind of signify where they're coming from, or do they want to just trust contact plays with superior weaponry? They're going to clear to the left. Some damage is dealt. Nice from Sticko, and there it is. They've managed it nicely. The rifle's just too strong. Great round, though, for Avantgarde to give themselves a chance to have the read and to rotate everyone in position.
They definitely had the right idea. Rob's coming in really big. Game eventually is going to go down. So, triple kill for the Estonian player. And obviously another one of those rising stars that have come out. I mean, that's, I think, in terms of sort of storylines, Mouse Sports just has almost everything. They
have some very young talent, don't they? So, I mean, this is a team that could be deadly throughout the year, throughout the next couple of years.
Yeah.
If we see these talents continue to rise and kind of reach the potential we all have them at, which is interesting because, you know, they also have the star Oscar, who is a bit older, who's been around the block a little bit. He's been through some of the scenes, dating back towards 1.6.
Yeah. Now, he seems to have found his home here, so see if we can get a little bit more out of him. He's absolutely a fantastic player to watch. Once he gets going, it's non-stop entertainment.
This is cool what we're seeing from Mouse Sports as well. Rop's going to be all alone towards a ramp. They're going to trust his intuition, his game sense of when he wants to make a play. Meanwhile, mid-control comes out for the Mouse Sports side. Sonny going to lead the way. With window room smoked, he's got some safety as he starts to clear the angles. The aggression from Avantgarde is towards the B halls. Quicert is pushed all the way up. Look at that molly, even to burn someone out who's being aggressive towards the B bomb site, but it doesn't quite stretch that far. Good opening kill from Buster. And Sonny's spotted one, but he can't win that fight. The UMP reigns supreme, and it's Chris J coming up next. That's a bit crazy from Crizzen, but he pays for it.
Yeah, hoping to get out of that corner. I mean, if he had stayed, then maybe he would have gone down anyway. Dimasic gets dropped by Chris, who's now bringing it back. It's a 3-on-3. Sticking around looking for the headshot. Quicert comes in, 2 kills with a UMP. And just like that, it's all on Rops, who finally is out of the A ramp, and he's going to hit a headshot on GM, so it's not quite done yet. He can still pick up the bomb here with 30 seconds left. He's going to try and grenade his way into a better position. The spray is in. Rops gets a headshot, but he's going to go down. And that's another kill. Quicert picking up a triple. I think all of them were the UMP.
And all of them were at long range as well. You could see there, this is what makes Rops such a cool player to watch, is in that 1-on-2. The shot, the spray down towards connector. He doesn't get the kill, but he predicts the next peak is going to be coming from jungle, and he's prepared for that. Just can't win out the 1-on-1. A couple nice shots from Quicert, even slowing down the hit initially. 4-2, Avantgarde in a lead. The underdogs putting up a fight here early on. Despite some sloppiness, they've had the miraculous pistol round, the double spray down at range with the UMP in that previous round. So some fortunate things have gone their way, and it looks like Oscar's sick of it. He wants to start taking the game over. He spotted that jump. And how aggressive does he want to be?
Quicert doesn't actually go back for a jump, which if he had, I'd put my money on Oscar to win that shot. So, got to be really careful. But I think from Avantgarde point of view, it's obviously great that they are finally able to win a rifle round, right? That makes a big difference. It's one thing winning the first 3 rounds of the pistol. It's quite a different thing actually being able to sort of win squared up against Mouse Sports, and they've just proven they can do that now. They just have to keep it going.
I'm really curious what Mouse Sports is going to want to do here, because they have no map control, no presence. Sticko's very far back. Rops is in T spawn. It almost feels like that B bomb site is the only real option they have at the moment. Under a minute left on the clock, and they're going to readjust, go for a late mid control, and perhaps just do an aggressive split towards one of the sites. Buster's going to move up towards Catwalk as Jame with the AWP comes over to support the B bomb start. Quicert is there, and it is going to be a split towards B coming through the smoke. This is Buster's round, and he's put back early. Down to low HP, and he is going to fall to the Deagle.
Trying his best now. Quicert has to come up big. Stay alive for a long time here. There's only 27 seconds left. The bomb is making its way down on the low ground with Chris. He's going to miss that chance, and Sonny will take him down. That might have been the whole round, just riding on that one engagement. Now, they're going to have to go for a retake. They're a man down, and Rops is holding the middle, which means the rest of Mouse Sports, they don't have to worry about that catwalk at all, and that pretty much means, yeah, there's no way through. That's such a shame, because if Quicert wins that, Chris can't plant on the low ground. Then they have to spend time that they just don't have to find Quicert. So it could have worked out much better. That's a real shame.
That is pretty heartbreaking because it was such a patient play from him as well. It was very, very cool. He's not taking any of the fights. The player's coming up catwalk. He knows his role is to secure these halls. And he had the exact fight he wanted. Unfortunate, but Mouse Sports is going to get their third. Good call on the save, though, pretty early on. Is going to allow Vanguard to have a pretty solid arsenal to work with into this next round, even if they can't really buy up anything too crazy. They have the 3 weapons saved.
By the way,
yes.
Buster, I mean, he did what he could with the FAMAS there, but we often talk about utility, and imagine if he had been playing that corner, you know, with a smoke and a Molotov or something, then even if he doesn't get the first kill, if he can just fall back and Molotov it, that's such a different approach from him. Like, the defense is going to be so different, so he just didn't have any grenades at the end there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, definitely. This is going to be tough as well. James is going close with an AWP. He's the only one at this A bomb site. Krizen's now rotated over, but James wants to just stop this cold. You mentioned in the last game, wanted to see someone pull a Fallen. Well, James got a chance here. He's going to miss the opening shot and fall away. What can he do after this? Molotovs, flashbangs all raining out. So much has been used in this hit, and it's all delayed by 1 Molotov from the defense.
It's almost unbelievable. I thought he would have been run down couple of seconds ago, and he's going to get the kill on Stiko, jumping up on the box, looking for more. James picking up 2 big kills. Quaikut comes in and takes down Chris J, leaving Rops in another 1 versus 2. There's so much time for him to make his move, but he did just make a bit of noise, and I'm wondering if Demasik would have heard that over and the connector.
Just as you mentioned the utility and how it can change the way you defend, look at all the nades used by Mouse Sports. If you go back and watch that round, all the smokes, flashes, and Molotovs used by the T side, and it's all gone to waste by 1 counter Molotov from the defense. That's beautiful. Allows time for James to get into a new position, to fall back to safety and find 2 kills. So whoever threw that is the hero. Yeah, essentially.
And the unknown hero will never know. Maybe we'll if we go back and check for it, but definitely big plays coming out there. Robs wants somebody else to make a mistake. He's hoping that they will have thought that he's going to, you know, head over with the bomb to the B-bomb side and then maybe go for a peek, but nobody has right now. So Avantgarde playing it very well at the moment.
Well, there's 2 schools of thought on a 2v1, and one is both players stay at the same bomb site and retake the other one if need be, and the other one is this, where both players split up, which allows an opportunity for Robs to find that kill. Oh, the Deagle. Doesn't land a single shot, but he's got to get the plant, and he had no time, and he had no cover anywhere else. So that idea to be patient and hope that someone from Avantgarde would make a mistake comes back to bite him, because he wastes too much time just sitting back and being patient and couldn't actually clear anything out. So nice play overall. Great job by James.
Yeah. I mean, I think when you see him falling back from the ramp, and the Molotov goes down in shadow on his left-hand side,
yeah,
you can sort of, like, that's where you know he's never going to have a spot to stand still on. And then the Molotov on the ramp saves him so that he actually can. It's really impressive. 5-3, and Mouse Sports continuing to try and force this, see if they can make it work. They've got the AWP, but they're very low on grenades.
It's pretty scrappy buy, isn't it?
Yes.
Khalil, they have 2 AKs in the op. Sunny. This is cool. He's just going right in. He's just risking it all. High risk, high reward play, and I think he's going to be rewarded. He has his pick of wherever the hell he wants to go. If he goes towards B, he can have 2 huge impact assassination. Over towards the A bomb site, no one's considering this whatsoever. This is brilliant stuff from Sunny.
Infiltration coin is going to be at an all-time high. Sunny making his way back just with the Galil. He's going to find a big opening any second, but he wants more. He's a little bit greedy. There's the spray coming in. You realize there's another player there. Sunny will go down to Quaikut, but it's still a really big opening. Let's see what happens now. Quaikut out in the open. Grenades raining down left and right. He gets the shot on Robs, taking him down. The bomb is dropped as well. James hitting another shot on Stiko. And now it's on Oscar. And we have hyped him up quite a bit. He does forget the bomb on the high ground for a moment. He's got 40 seconds here. Try and see if he can make it work. He's going to go straight for the plant. I think he could do this. It would be the triple clutch here if he can make it work. Long line in towards the kitchen. They haven't shown themselves. Oscar's got to be wondering if there's some sort of late play coming in. Hasn't heard anyone yet. That's 1 out the window. Goes for the second peek and spots it out easily. Now 1 versus 1. James versus Oscar. Shot already baited out. Oscar now repositioning himself. A huge off angle. Not going to be able to get the shot. Time's almost out. And there's the no-scope coming in. The triple kill. That's what you want to see. That's why he's on the team.
You could see as well, super cool to see different kind of styles of opping. Oscar in that one-on-one puts his crosshair right in the middle of the wall, right in the middle of the pillar, and just says, I'll flick to whichever side he peeks from.
Yes.
Instead of just, taking a gamble on one side or the other. Great 1-on-2 win. That was such a critical round for Mouse Sports to take. Sunny with some, the flank itself, the infiltration, the backstab was perfect, but unfortunately with the timing, the way that the defense was rotating, he never spotted that second player that he really, really wanted. It is good to see Mouse Sports, though, just say, you know what, this team's a little bit better than we probably expected. We were encountering a bit more resistance, but still, as individual players like Sunny, make that kind of a play.
Yeah, and I mean, if you could listen into their team speak while that was happening, just imagine what happens when the comms go out, someone gets shot from the back in the B bomb site. Like, that's a moment of just pure confusion. I'm actually impressed that Quaika sort of managed to keep his own and got the kills in there, because I think, especially if you're unroutine player, you could be surprised by that, and the whole thing could just crumble.
They closed the opportunity for Mouse Sports very, very quickly. They rotated very, very fast over to that B bomb site to make sure they didn't take too much damage from it. Put himself in a good spot as well. They recovered quite nice, just not able to close it out. This round though, mid control. Rop still alone over towards a ramp, and this is going to be tough for Avangar. They only have the pistols and one UMP.
Perfect smoke. James going to be going down. Demasik did get one, and Buster lining it up. He's going to follow it up. Double deagle shot as well. Suddenly we're in a 2-on-3 and looking for more. Buster gets the triple, looking for that shot, comes in. Unbelievable, taking down Oscar and cleaning up Mouse Sports. That is one.